Hey guys, just play a game of Harvester. This is a 1996 point-and-click adventure game, and it's kind of like a cult classic, I guess-ish. I haven't played this before, but I'm into point-and-click adventures and 90s games in general, so let's check this one out. Yeah, so this is where you start off in the game. I noticed that the game itself is a little bit different than other point-and-click adventures of the 90s because it's not cartoony in any way. It's not sprite-based. Well, it is, but it's not using cartoony sprites. It's using like these Mortal Kombat-ish. Yeah, it looks kind of like based off of real people or real objects and stuff. It's kind of like these, this kind of photo. I guess it uses kind of these photo sprites, kind of like Mortal Kombat. So yeah, that's kind of interesting for a point-click adventure game. Anyways, yeah, let's check it out. Full faded hardbacks. So start off in my room, I guess. Typical wall clock. Okay. Not exactly sure what to do, but I'm just clicking around my room here. Oh, odd stains. So what did I do? What did I do to the bed? Did I pee myself or something? Binoculars. I'm not sure it's hitting but... Oh, wow, okay, I can punch. Very Mortal Kombat. He's using this kind of... I'm guessing some kind of motion capture was used here. It's like for Mortal Kombat. Some dude. It's this main character here. Awkwardly death. Pick it up. The sunglasses. Inventory here. Where's the furniture warehouse? Health indicator. This dude here. Good doll. Earn it. At high school girl. Pick any of this up. Look at this. Basketball. Okay, well, there's nothing else here. Mom.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
Who are you?
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
That's an
Land's
amnesia,
sake,
obviously.
stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Have amnesia. And it's full voice acting, which is nice.
When did I graduate?
4 months ago, as if you could forget that.
What college?
College? A high school diploma is all you need to get a job. And besides, you can't marry Stephanie if you're going to waste 18 years old and you're just now getting your first job. It's a disgrace, but better late than never. That That's right, a job. Your father has everything set up at the meat plant. After your honeymoon with Stephanie, you'll start out as a butcher in the
Am I living
slaughterhouse
in the
just like
1950s or
anybody
something?
else.
I'm living in the 1950s, judging by the way she's dressed and judging by the fact that I don't need to go to college.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody.
First the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're backing out.
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself.
Look, all this talk about
First the heartbreak.
I can't.
Fine.
Fiancé? This is insane.
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie.
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and
What's cooking and
honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You
This
may
is
not
definitely
appreciate a hot
1950s.
meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty.
It's really 1950s-ish, right? Women are only for cooking and cleaning.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in.
The bake sale is on Friday,
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
but they'll be stale by then.
That's why I'm throwing them away,
And then cooking more?
to replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of the garbage can.
But you expect me...
Of course not, Steve. I wouldn't charge you.
What charity is this bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into Harvest.
Kind of a specific target group, isn't it?
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale. Why is it so important?
As I told you, many unfortunates who come to Harvest,
Why is that the town's problem?
it's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of.
What lodge?
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly anyone gets inside. But it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto dry process, TM. I've never used one, but I know I want it. That's wonderful. Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever...
In what...
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town? Don't...
Now, I know this is kind of set in the 1950s because just judging by the way that they talk and they're wearing, why is there a baby crib in the kitchen? Why put a baby crib in the kitchen at all places? Even put a chair, huh?
I told you I'm busy, Steve. Don't forget to...
Hey,
What? Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you. Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look, I just...
Wish I didn't, 'cause then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway, 'cause you're a lousy rat.
You're my brother?
No duh.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you.
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Why am I a rat? What did I do to you?
You went and got all mushy on that girl, and now you're lighting out on me. Well, if that's the way you're gonna be, then you can drop dead.
I don't know what girl you're talking...
All summer, it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And,
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
well, you better remember quick, because the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Leave me alone so I can watch TV.
That's a weird-looking television. Come to think of it, this whole place looks totally retro.
What do you mean, retro? All TVs look alike.
Sure, basically. But this is one old-fashioned clunker.
1950s.
Yeah, but look at the tube. Where's the remote control?
What's that? And what was that you said about retro rockets?
No, retro. It means... It means...
Then shut up and quit bugging me. I'm watching my trouble show.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else? Color? On
Yeah,
a
it's definitely
TV?
1950s.
Well, I think I've seen a color television before.
Have not. Quit it or I'm gonna tell.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. And besides, blood and guts are needed. Well, you can't stop. Good.
That was definitely 1950s. So this guy must have been time traveled. Like, I guess he must have been time transplanted from somewhere else. He appeared in this guy's body, and obviously it's a 1950s setting, even the TV's retro. And everyone's acting very retro, so yeah. In 1950s style.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good
Well, it's a
part.
lot of blood and gore.
Say what?
Okay, I could even talk to him. I could even, like... It's got text parser, that's cool. Old fashioned. Yeah, it's got text parser. Well, I actually like 1950s setting. It's a nice, interesting setting because, well, it's a very different era. So, don't mind that. It's interesting. 1950s type of setting.
Hey, Steve, I'm Junior
Americana.
James. Remember me?
I guess...
Hey, how come you haven't been putting... Well, I don't, you selfish punk. How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be Jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes. Whoa, that's great.
What could you...
You know Miss Whaley and Principal Harold down at the school? Well, I found out they're messing around with each other in the broom closet. I can tell you, before I give with a key...
First the...
Nuh-uh. If you're trying to pull a fast one on me, forget it. See you later, alligator.
It's fast. Where should we go? We'll walk around the old neighborhood. Watch. Am I house? General store over there.
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Ging Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things.
Pshaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious. I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge.
Don't know.
Care to buy any?
Just try to see what you
Just point to whatever you...
Oh, she's not gonna sell me anything, is she? Well, let's see here. Coffee cans. Wrench. Just pay, Miss Phillips. Don't need the wrench. I can pay here.
Hello, Steve. Cared about... Just...
I can pay here.
Hello, Come back.
I can quarter buy an adult magazine.
A girly magazine? Why, Steve, I'm surprised at you. I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Steers him away from being a fireman.
Okay. You get an adult magazine.
Hello, cared about...
Did I get an adult magazine?
Okay, dear. Come back.
Look at adult magazine. That's all I can buy. Buy the veg. Jesus. Whoa. What's this? Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of broke there. Let's see a barber shop. Here.
Howdy, Steve.
Yeah. Howdy.
Pete swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now.
What are you talking?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. Pastorelli ought to look into some. Steve, aluminum siding can't get a fair shake no more. Started when those firemen came to... Pastorelli's a rube from way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the... Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum. Nice.
Mr. Really doesn't understand, well, not understand English.
Hello there, youngster. You say them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night.
How come I never seen none of them saucers, Clem?
Them aliens is wild, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic... You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system. Why, that barber's pole of his is his pride and joy. Brought it all the way over from Italy, wrapped all special-like. It ain't nothing but colored glass with some bulbs stuck up in it, but he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Our nation didn't want to steal it.
Maybe them aliens, Clem?
Oh, Pete, don't be ignorant. Them aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass. You think if they can build space... Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang idiot cross-wired it to the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets the sprinkler spray. Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest sportsmen. What you gotta remember is, your average alien is smarter than your average human.
It's so hard to be smarter than
Hunt
others.
Son, after nailing an alien. What, you think you can get one of those at a swap meet?
Alien, the hell?
Line your blind with lead to fool their sensing machines. Lay real quiet and wait.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem?
Oh, they do their crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know
Now I
nothing?
kind of understand
Son,
why
take
this
note.
title's called
You listen
Harvest.
to Clem Parsons if you want.
Maybe it's about
Look
aliens.
across the void.
I mean, 1950s and
Wonder
aliens,
what
right? That's
lies beyond.
typical setting, I guess. Right, 1950s, aliens, extraterrestrials, harvester. Okay, I get it
The
though.
Pastorelli's a funny sort. Foreigner, don't you know? He cuts hair pretty good, but he don't know spit about nothing else. Anytime.
Alien, cow head. I remember there's something dealing with aliens and cows, right? In a minute. Wait a minute. There's a weird sheep thing here. It's a demon-looking sheep. Post office.
Yes,
I need some help, Mr.
Postmaster Boyle. Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month on the button. Afraid not, son. You can't get them anywhere but the post office. I'm sorry, you'll just have to come back in a month, same as anyone else. And even then, I can't guarantee you'll get an application. The line is always long.
It's very important that I get in quickly.
That's what they all say. Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. Next time you post, don't forget the zip code.
Can you hear? Missile base. This guy, why is he stuck inside the ground? The missiles. He's stuck in the ground.
Who goes?
They tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're
Stuck
not an
inside the
alien.
ground.
You see their ships every now and then.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo!
Well, I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak
Yes, it's the
sister.
50s.
There are no safeguards.
That's as I
This is
as
the
I expected.
50s.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2. When I got my lower torso shot off in the
I see,
war.
that's why he's only half a torso.
Those pennywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, that's why they gave me this nice cushy job. And
How is he even surviving with just half a torso?
why are you asking about the
I'm just a little nervous about it. I mean, suppose an accident happened.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, mister. The button is perfectly safe. I keep it on my person all the time.
Okay, that's a little
That
bit.
commie bastard is getting his mitts on this button. No siree, Bob. No one initiates a nuclear holocaust in Harvest except me. Now, doesn't that make you feel better?
Not at all.
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now? I appreciate your honesty,
Oh man.
comrade.
Oh, the Holocaust. Well, that's a shitty way to end the game. Alright, That's a shitty way to end the game. Try it out again.
Hey, Steve, Hey.
So you... Yeah. But those penny... That's why... Why you... I'm just... Okay. I keep it... No. Son, when you've had your body shot in half, you know... Oh, sure, I can't write my name in the snow. I had to shell out a few simoleons for portable IV drips, colostomy bags, and so on. The pain... We're never asked to endure more than we're capable of handling, mister. Folks would die, and the rest of us? Why, we'd take a little R&R at the old radiation bunker, climb out in 2 weeks. Makes me wonder why I don't just push the button. Take me a nice vacation.
I thought you could push the button at any time.
You're right, soldier. I'm sorry. Sometimes the intense pain clouds my mind. The kookaburras start whispering to me about the pretty mangoes and the high trees. And I know they can see me. They see all of us. Can't you hear them? Chattering with the llamas behind our backs?
Cornflakes.
Have you lost your mind? You think you can toy with...
You say before you...
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was... I didn't see the Jerry taking aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, he'd shot my body clean in two. My lower... I can still hear him, laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English.
Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some leg?
I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder and seeing that crowd doing the can-can with my legs. Still a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it. Harvest is a fine town, steeped in traditional. You read? I think you should join the law. The report. Remember?
Okay. Okay, so that's Foster Residence, Foster Residence Cemetery. This is the lodge. The infamous lodge, which is kind of like a cult.
Only initiates may enter the hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you say something?
I did not speak, but my mind.
Telepathy? But how?
Only those who seek enlightenment warrant my attention. There are always obstacles. You must first fill out an application to be considered. Applications are available at the post office.
Then I just fill it out and return it to...
You may find it difficult to obtain an application. You will no doubt need to find some way to persuade Postmaster Boyle to give you one in the middle of the month, as it is against his rules. When you do, however, bring it to me. And if you...
Wow, okay. Some kind of weird stuff going on here. Some kind of mystic stuff going on here. The guy can like telepathically communicate.
Have you...
Not yet.
If you would find... whether you do...
Well, somehow I have to get an application, but the postmaster doesn't do applications in the middle of the month. Cemetery. Yeah. Zombies and skeletons. Nothing much I can do here, I guess. Shady Oaks Mortuary. Oh, this is the mortician?
Stephen,
Who are you? Most people ask me why I don't remember their
well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in it.
What are you talking?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters. Graves. You see, a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do. It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to Harvest to die. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who's... Thank you. As yet another...
And what a...
None of your concern, young man. As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills.
Needs.
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late.
Why should I be interested, Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the Lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join.
What kind of...
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. It seems... God knows by what... I'd say it's been a pleasure.
It's a weird guy. One weird guy.
I'd say it's been a pleasure.
One weird dude right there. Well, this is a creepy place. It's definitely very cultish type of small town going on here. Feeling a kind of cult vibe, small 1950s town, which is a very interesting setting actually. Creepy setting, but interesting. Okay. Ooh, abandoned house, what's here? I guess.
It's not often that I get visitors. I am Tetsuo Crumb. The ignorant of Harvest called me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible.
Wasps? She's a wasp woman? What the heck?
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps
raises wasps instead of bees.
I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? The wasp is a joy to behold. Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Regard the wasp. Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves. Wasps build nests and more wasps, nothing more. They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own, the most relentless of insects.
Oh, that's creepy.
Well, the little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice. When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation, each painful welt, an act of
This woman is
love.
really creeping out over wasps right here. Oh my god. It's like basically obsessing over wasps. It's kind of creepy. It's wasps. It's so weird. Wasp nest. Oh my god. Whole house is full with wasps. Oh my god, it's so creepy. Okay, I'll start with this. Let's go there.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to... What a card.
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Imagination's a swell thing to have, in small amounts. Man needs to keep his feet on the ground, especially if he's getting married. Tell me, is your father feeling better? Is he going back to the slaughterhouse?
This is sick. I'm supposed to marry this Stephanie and I don't even know who she is.
Now look, Steve, a joke is all well and good, but don't...
I'm not...
Now look, a commitment is a commitment. You're going to marry my daughter. We'll be one happy family. Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat, it's...
Tell me about the...
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hold the wedding down at the funeral parlor, since I'm not a member of the lodge. Mr. Moynihan has given his okay.
Why are you so...
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than I know what to do.
More obsessed with meat than me.
Now that you're of age, Steve.
Tell me about...
Well, it looks... If it is...
I can't talk to him again. I want to talk to him about the
If
meat.
it isn't... Stop mumbling.
Oh, damn it. I can't talk to him about the meat again. Dumb.
If it...
Why? I didn't get to talk to him about the meat. Fine.
Hello, Steve. Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearl.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity... Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be at rush. But the wife's due to look good for her husband at all times.
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver.
Sitcom?
Geez, you know, a situation comedy.
I'm much too busy with housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcom. Mr. Potsdam feels there's too much at stake to allow...
She doesn't want to get married either, huh?
Are you saying you don't want to marry my daughter?
I don't know your daughter, Mrs. Potsdam. Why is she grumbling?
No! She's as delighted as we are about the wedding, every bit as delighted as we are. But she might get hit by a car, or a falling piano, or who knows what. Mr. Potsdam wants us all to be one happy family. I don't see any reason... You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. Mr. Moynihan runs the Wayward Hotel and the Shady Oaks Funeral Parlor. It's rumored he has connections with the lodge.
What can you...
Just that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to take...
Tell me about the...
Well, it's set for...
Say...
Now, I know it's not a very romantic put. Give my...
I'll ask him again.
If it isn't my...
What? Talk to him again? What the heck? Yeah, I want to see Stephanie. Stephanie. Hurry. Whoa, what's this? Whoa, what's this? Stephanie? A little bit thick. It's fine. Well, she's okay, I guess. As far as the 1950s goes, though, I mean, yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. What's this Stephanie here? Oh, hello there. Nice face.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Haven't you heard? We're getting married.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean... you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because I can't remember a damn thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
She has amnesia too.
You're not alone.
Huh. Just
Can you tell me what's going on?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding. They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or the other, but it doesn't feel right. Do you have any idea where you...
No, but I'm fairly sure I don't belong in Harvest.
Yeah. I can't remember anything, but I feel in my heart that the woman downstairs is not my mother. She's like this thing, like a parody, a bad joke. I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees it that way.
Join the club. But we can't both be crazy, Stephanie.
Either way, something really weird is going on here. I've got to escape, and so do you. It's been hell. They treat me well, but they won't let me leave this room. Not even to go out in the yard.
They won't tell you.
Each one blames the other for grounding me. They make up different excuses. Different things I did, none of which I remember. So I sit up here, watch the world outside my window. Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him.
Anything...
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along the wall.
You don't think they're dangerous?
I think this whole place is dangerous.
Escape?
Harvest is a prison, Steve. You haven't been locked in your room for a week. Everything in Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge, this Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the only one who wants me to sign on with the lodge.
That's probably the worst thing you could do.
You think the lodge is some kind of trap?
I think all of Harvest is a trap.
If that's true, maybe joining the lodge is the way out.
Look, why not explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do.
You're really afraid of the lodge.
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared.
I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
Maybe my amnesia isn't total after all.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together, and the same thing happened to both of us.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else?
Well, I have had these recurring dreams. Just fragments, really.
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest?
Nope.
The wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other, is it? No.
If it comes down to it, we just won't take...
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hitched.
Why?
Potsdam wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down.
Escape?
Of course. Come back and visit me soon.
Yeah, she's kind of pretty. Looks like she's also got amnesia like me. There's something really weird going on, of course. Something unsettling.
If it isn't...
Should I talk to him again? For some reason? Get out of here. Let's try, Bunsen residence.
Hello, Steve. How's the husband-to-be?
Other than having no memory,
All right. You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded.
Meat.
Her daddy's worried about getting his meat.
right. And...
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the Tucker. Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence.
Needs a good hard penis.
Her with a little girl to raise. I'll admit DNA's done it does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman. Can money keep you warm at night? Can you wrap your thighs around it? Or rake bloody gashes in its back with your painted Holland fingernails? Edna?
Speaking of Stephanie...
I don't have anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon. You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage. It's plenty big. Believe you me. I'd drive you around. And I wouldn't look in the back seat. I guarantee it. Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. Hell yes, it's real. I wouldn't be so protective of her if she was just a reproduction. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell, but... Bye now.
Tucker. 48 Tucker, okay. Oh man. Alright guys, I'll stop here, but this is an interesting game, I think, Harvester. It's set in the 1950s American, setting, kind of almost like the old school sitcoms, except obviously there's something weird and strange going on in the neighborhood. Yeah, so there's something definitely unsettling about what's going on with the setting of this game and some mysteries going on here. So it seems like a pretty interesting point and click. So definitely, I think this is an interesting one for you guys. I'm going to pick up something a little bit different than other point and click games from the 1990s. So this is definitely an interesting one for sure. Something very unsettling going on in the neighborhood. And I do like the setting though. A lot of mystery to it. Creepiness and everything like that. So, guys, Harvester. It's a pretty interesting point and click adventure from the mid-90s. Interested in the whole sci-fi setting and the old 1950s, kind of setting, then